The teacher said that if a woman can respect her man, then it's be a good life. She will have a good life. That's mean if a woman in the house respects her husband, because if a woman thinks that she, most of the women, if a woman they are so brave, so strong, and look at themselves as better than the man in the house, then she won't end up good in life. So if we attach to someone, we think we are someone in life, and we try to become that person, the life will be struggles. We need to put that down, release. And if a married woman can respect her husband, that is the best thing. If she cannot respect her husband, then if she be able to respect a man, a leader, a boss, or someone, then she be able to ask for advice, and she will eventually grow her feminine. Rather than being a man in the house. And since the teacher told me that, since the teacher told me that, I have changed. I changed. I growed my hair longer. I put on lipsticks, wearing dresses, and then eventually I got married, and then I asked my husband whatever I don't know. If my husband doesn't know it, we both go and ask for our teacher advice. And my life has transformed since I listened to the teacher advice. Okay. There's I'd like to call another participant named Linchi. Linchi say hello to everyone in the Zoom, and she want to say send her heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to the teachers and everyone. And she wants to share her reality as well as the lessons and insight that she has learned. She is very happy, and thank you to her connector, who is also her husband, her lifetime partner. So when she felt emotionally touched when the teacher talked about her husband, and she thinks that love in marriage, love have connection and respect will grow better every day. Her husband is her teacher and her master in life. And when he knows about wit community, he introduced her to the community, and she have 100% faith in him. So when she re-listened to the course K35, she couldn't thoroughly understand everything. And one day she's cooked breakfast in the morning at 4:30. And then she went to teach German class. So when she joined the German class, she thought that she'd be ready to go back to learn the course again. So she had an intention that she will be fully attend the whole course. And then she actually see the transformation, her self-transformation. One of her reality is that her husband has invited everyone in the family, including her parents, his parents, all of the siblings, to join Mentor 7. So everyone in the house now, they're loving each other so much, be grateful for each other, appreciate each other. And she wants the philosophy of fundamental education get to know by everyone. So everyone in this world will live in inner peace and happiness. Thank you, Linji. The whole family joined the course. All of her brothers, sisters, and siblings, they are very nice and have the ability to learn. And Linji also said that her parents also participating in the course K37 as well. Okay. Thank you very much to the teacher. The teachers invite another participant named Hoàng Ngọc Sơn. So he said that today is the 3rd session and he would like to share his lessons, insight, and enlightenment. Since last year, October last year, he has watched a lot of video of teacher Quế Minh on YouTube, and there wasn't any new lessons, but he always wrote down what he has learned, and he thought that it's not just information that he received, but it is the environment and circumstances that he be able to learn. So it's all of those knowledge, such as the knowledge about broken eggs, the 3 perspectives in life, and the 6 barriers, the 6 limitations. So they are all need the new lesson to him. And what he had inside was, he had the in principle of light and the principle of questions aligned with desires. And today he's talk to teacher Hoàng Dung and Đoàn Phượng. They are currently the mentors K06, and he's got an insight. He has managed to have an answers for his questions in life. So the applications of the principle of light and the questions aligned with desires, he has shared it with all of his friends. So whenever his friends said things opposed to those two principles, he immediately shared those principles with them and introduced them to which organization. And now he has already shared YouTube link to 4 of his friends already. So he said thank you. He showed his appreciation and gratitude to the organization for this. And he said that he's now feel his life is very light because he already be able to answer the questions in his life. That's how can he making 50 million a month, and how can he help other people making million a month. And after he wrote down his questions, and after that that teacher Quayman said that it's very simple to do. Then he know that now he need to finish the course and joining mentor and master and grandmaster class. So that's his intention. And today he feels so happy and joyful because his life, his future now is very clear. He can see the vision of his future already. Okay. Thank you very much, Hoàng Ngọc Sơ. Just need to ask and then you'll be able to answer your questions. Okay. So when you be able to speak out loud what you desire, what you want to many people, then when other people receive those information, they will respond with an energy. So we're going to learn about this in session 7 or 8. Okay? So our journey, we're going to have those information. Thank you very much, Ngọc Sơ, for sharing your lessons. So before I'm inviting the next person, I would like to ask, because I saw the participant to Anne send a message that she missed me very much. And I remember he's used to be apply for the business entrepreneur class, and then he has started his homestay business, but it's unsuccessful. So where are you? Because if it's him, then it's only him can send me this message. If it's another person, then no one gonna send me that kind of message. And if you there, please raise your hand so I can call you up. And Thuy Anh said that now she'll be back after a year being away from the organization. So within that year, she has changing her energy, her inner energy. And she has been struggling to join Zoom because of technical problems. So it's lucky that today she managed to get in Zoom class. So the journey to homestay business is quite quite successful. But the connection with the family is not that yet. So when I got success in business, I've started having a little ego, and my face is always feel very stressed. So when the teachers said that a successful person is someone who likes to be with, but at that time, her staff didn't like to be with her, and then she started questioning herself why she's success in business, but her health went downhill, and other people didn't like to be with her. Then she started learning about self-development until she met with organization, and there's one pity thing that her mother has passed away last October, and that was, she couldn't explain it by word. It seems like she's crying now. So when her mom passed away, she and her mom has accompanied each other to learn with courses. But it's very pity that she couldn't. She said that with the current energy, her parents could be pleased with her, but so her the problems of her health is that her moms went for vacations, and then when she got back, she visits a funeral, and she got her brain got blood, got black blood stuck on her brain, and she thought that her mom was still living for a long time, and she thought that she still had a lot of time to recover the relationship with her mom, but unfortunately things didn't happen as the way she wanted, and everything she thought is just happened very sudden. She had tried her best to behave better to her mom, but sometimes she still gets sulky and still have a cold word with her mom, because she worried too much about her mom. So sometimes she want her mom to stop working, taking care of her own health, but she didn't do that. So she got angry and sulky at her mom, but Mom always said that she always fine, and she forced her mom to do things that mom didn't like, and now she regrets that she didn't force her mom more in terms of taking care of her own health. So now she wished that instead of getting angry with her mom for 3 days, she wished that she only did it like for just 3 hours, for example. And she very regret about that. So, and that's why she doesn't want to appear in the community, and sometimes she just sit by herself and crying and cried. She didn't, and today, even though she speak up, but she didn't want to appear on the screen. She wants herself to her image in front of everyone as a positive energy instead of a negative energy like now. But since the teachers has called her name, so she just want to say this, and it's a great lesson for her. If anyone here get angry with their parent, just quickly finish it. Okay, the teacher said that in this Zoom, a lot of people that send her hug, send you, send a condolence to you. So in this course, at least you should focus on learning about the root cause formula of life, and human energetic structure, because the human energetic structure reference system, in order for you to have lessons and the insight for the rest of your life, not just to fix the loss has already passed, but you need to comprehend the reference system so you understand what is merit and blessings. So next few days we will talk about that topic, and I hope you'll be able to fully immerse yourself studying those topics. I know you have already joined a lot of courses, but I have a feeling that you didn't, your awareness is not elevated yet, because the way you said it, okay, even is your parent, even a moment or a second, you shouldn't get angry at your parent. You should, so, okay, if you comprehend this knowledge thoroughly, you will transform, because you still have a lot of time ahead of you. And teacher Dung Nguyen asked the question, there's a lot of time. Is there a lot of time for this class? Why do we have to listen to other people talking? So I would like to share this regards the questions. In this class, we don't just ask people to share randomly. Okay. If you attend the previous session, we know that if people don't transform, don't change, and waiting for suffering, waiting for pain in order to change. So some people still doesn't change with suffering, then they wait for great suffering to make them change. But even so, some people still didn't change because of great suffering. Then today, Thùy Anh sharings has given us all great lessons, because Thùy Anh previously Thùy Anh have struggled in life, and although she have learned personal development, but she didn't change, she didn't transform until today. She had a great loss in her life. Now she decided that she go into learn in order to change. And her story today to awaken everyone in this room that we need to transform, we need to change. If we have time to resent other people, we have time to get angry at the other people, why not spend our time to study, to transform, to change? If we only use time to resent people, to blame other people, we have no time to love anyone. And in the next sessions, we will know about the energy of love that go into what is going to bring to you, instead of using the energies of resentment that destroys our life. And when we listen to other people sharing, that will help a lot of people to change, because the reality of each person is different. Okay, sometimes others people's reality will be the great lesson for someone else, because we know that we don't need to have to go through all of those suffering, but just listening to other people, that will help us to transform, help us to change. So I know that you just want to learn more and think that only the teacher sharings is the good lesson to, is a good knowledge, but the reality is that the other people sharing also is a great lesson to some other people. So be patient on this. Death is something that quite special, but we don't talk about it in our course. If you want to find out more about death and afterlife, where we're gonna go after we leave this body, then depend on your religions, you can look for more information on that topic, which relates more to the universe, the cosmic view. Because here, if we share the knowledge of afterlife, Buddhism afterlife, then Christians will not agree, and there's other people in here also have a different perspective about death. So there's a few more time, little more time, so I'm going to call up another person to share, and I would like to invite the participant named Lily. Lily Nguyễn, she said she sent her heartfelt grateful to the teachers and everyone, and she really received, she had the reality, that her reality is that she has been listening to about 12, 13 different courses of the organization. And some of those information she remembers, some of those knowledge she couldn't remember. But for the last 3 years, he has been, he talked, her talks has aligning with the light direction a lot. And she's, the last 3 days, she has been attend a class called solving problems, and everyone in the class trying to solve problems. She told everyone that sorry, I'm not going to solve any problem, but I'm going to attend what I design. So everyone in the class trying to solve problem and go around in the circle. They couldn't solve any problem at all. So on the afternoon of the second day, there's a teacher said that all of our problems is in order to solve what we undesirable results. So at the end of the day, solving problem will lead to finding what you designed. And she felt that she doesn't want to deal with problems in life anymore. She only wants to look on the bright side of light, look at how to apply the principle of light in her life. Okay, so after the class, she told everyone that do not find problem and solve it anymore. And then after that class, other students asking her to help everyone to stand above all the problems in life, and she really want other people to help other people to do that. And she participates in the meditation session this morning. So previously she had to open her note in order to share this knowledge to other people, but this morning she has shared this knowledge within 3 hours from how to attend what other people design, and how procedures has she be able to share all of them, from the formula, root cause formula of life, and how to attend what you desire in life. And she just realized that she got enlightened that now the information, this knowledge has already in her, and she able to call upon her total karma. So she know that she understand, and now that she can keep her desires, but whenever she release it, she feels inner peace. She feels peaceful inside, and she understand the one word Zen, release, keys, stop, end. And this is the wonderful process that give her inner strength, give her the power inside of herself. So now whenever she closes her eyes, she's be able to call upon this knowledge. And if she unable to call up this knowledge, she know that with the meditation of inner peace, tolerance, appreciation, and gratitude, she be able to do what she able to attend what she designed, and her design now getting stronger every day. Okay. Hello, hi John Soon. Thanks for joining the session. Okay. So I'm currently simultaneously interpreting the online classes right now. Okay, so the participant wrote down what she wants from the yesterday's session, and she found out what she desired, what she wants. Days are they are quite big, and she really wants to share that to everyone. So the teacher said that if you say that now to the whole class, there will be a lot of people who don't understand it, because you already joined previous course, whereas other people hadn't done that yet. Okay. So Lily said that thank you ever so much. She has passed the interview for Mentor 7 class. seven course. So the teacher said that because Lily has already attended previous courses, so today she wants to speak up, but there's a lot of information that she's sharing has not yet been shared in this course yet. So just one time, one lesson, a lifetime transformation. So we are not hurry in running through the whole course yet. We take our time to comprehend and understand our inner being, and when we want to, we'll be able to create inner peace inside of us. And before we start the lesson today, today will be a very important lesson. We will be able to open up our knowledge as well as helping other people to open up their knowledge. So before we start the new session today, we're going to listen to one song. Well, in order to get relaxed and before we go into the new session. Okay. Right, so we're going to listen to some music right now.
Dù cao muôn trường cũng không thể thiếu góc, người tuy lắm huy hoàng cũng không thể quên ơn. Một đời người thì cần lòng luôn ghi nhớ, ai giúp mình trong đời những lúc khó khăn. Người cho mình mượn tiền khi nghèo thiếu năm xưa, người chia ngõ xe bụi khi mình đau khổ, người nấu cơm pha thuốc lúc mình ốm đau, người thật lòng yêu thương dù mình đang tay trắng, người nhân nại hướng dẫn khi mình chưa biết gì. Ta hãy nên dặn lòng luôn nhớ trong đời. Nếu ai luôn nhớ đến sự tri ân, vững tin người ấy sẽ thu phục được lòng người. Kẻ được lòng người sẽ được người tôn trọng, bậc được tôn trọng ắt phẩm chất tuyệt vời. Dù cao muôn trường cũng không thể thiếu góc, người tuy lắm huy hoàng cũng không thể quên ơn. Một đời người thì cần lòng luôn ghi nhớ, ai giúp mình trong chia buồn khi mình đau khổ, người nấu cơm pha thuốc lúc mình ốm đau, người thật lòng yêu thương dù mình đang tay trắng, người nhân nại hướng dẫn khi mình chưa biết gì. Ta hãy nên dặn lòng luôn nhớ trong đời. Nếu ai luôn nhớ đến sự tri ân, vững tin người ấy sẽ thu phục được lòng người. Kẻ được lòng người sẽ được người tôn trọng, bậc được tôn trọng ắt phẩm chất tuyệt vời. Kẻ được lòng người sẽ được người tôn trọng, bậc được tôn trọng ắt phẩm chất tuyệt vời. Dạ, nhạc hay đúng không các anh chị? Cây dù cao muôn
It's a
trượng,
good music, right,
không
everyone?
thể thiếu gốc. Người
The
tuy
tree
lắm huy
doesn't
hoàng,
matter how
không thể
tall
quên
the
ơn.
tree is, still
Hay. Bài này
still
do mấy anh
the
chị
root.
hồi thời kỳ Mentor 2 sáng
Doesn't
tác.
matter how successful person is, they
Dạ,
cannot
mình thấy còn
forget,
mấy cánh tay
still
đưa lên
need
ấy. Thì
to be
mấy anh chị giúp đỡ mình
grateful.
để tài xuống ha, để mình
So there's a
yên tâm
few
là chúng ta sẽ
people
vào
still
nội dung
raising
của
their
bài học mới.
hand. We're
Và
going
thuận duyên thì mình
to
lại đưa
start
ra
the
đến
new
lại giao lưu với
sessions
nhau sau
now.
nha cả nhà. Dạ.
I'm going to switch it to the headphone so it doesn't interfere with the interpretation. Okay, so today we're going to learn a new principle. That is the principle of the principles of knowledge circle of knowledge. The principle of circle of knowledge. The principle of circle of knowledge. So if we apply this principle circle of knowledge, we will help other people to open up their knowledge. So most often we only know what we know. Okay, we only know what we know. Okay, is it true that we only know what we know? Is that right? And we know that there are things that we know but now we forgot. Is that true, everyone? There's things that we know but forget, right? We know but forget. So the things that we forget is even more than what we know that we know. Okay, we used to know it, but now we forget all of it. We forgot all of it. Okay, now forget. For example, the root multiplications, how to calculate the diagram of the circle So we know that, but now we forgot them. Okay, and there's knowledge that we don't know that we don't know. We knowing that we don't know. Okay, we knowing that we don't know. Okay, we knowing that we don't know. So what do you know that you don't know? Okay, Kyumi know that she doesn't know how to swim. Lung know that he doesn't know how to fly an airplane. Okay, and Kim know what she doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle. So this the things that we know that we don't know is even more than what we know we forgot, and even more than what we know that we don't know. Okay, let's start again. So firstly, we know that what we know. For example, we know that we can speak Vietnamese. We know how to open Zoom to join the class, join the courses. But that's a thing that we know, but now we forgot. We forgot them. Then there's lots of them. Okay, and the part where we know that we don't know even bigger, but much more. For example, I know that I don't know how to cook good food. I mean, I can cook, but not very good. And I know that I cannot sew clothes. And this is an area that is huge, is enormous, is big. That is what we don't know that we don't know about it. So this area, it is unlimited, is infinity. Okay. But still we circle it in. All right. So the things that we don't know already. So whenever there is someone they know about it, they talk to us about it, then we realize that we don't know, right? Okay. Because if we don't know that we don't know about it, we will never be able to share it. So in summaries, as a human being, we only have this knowledge. That's knowledge that we know, knowledge that we know we forget, the knowledge that we know that we don't know, and the knowledge we don't even know that we don't know. So what I have just shared with you, when I reflect it back on myself, I only know what I know, and even a little child, they know that what they know. So in reality is that we humans, we have the same kind of knowledge. Doesn't mean we only know what we know. Is that okay? That means that we have the same knowledge, which is the knowledge of we know that we know. Even doctorate, okay, he only know what we know, and a farmer know what we know, and they have the similar similar knowledge. So this information will help the people who is lack of confidence, okay, because everyone has their own knowledge, okay. So there's no person is better than others, and whoever is too arrogant, they would also realize that, okay, what they know, they have certain knowledge, whereas other people have different kinds of knowledge, and that's all. Hello, Chi. So there's a story about doctors and man who rowed the boat. So when the man got in the boat, he wanted to show off. He wanted to share the rower about his knowledge. So he asked the rower if he know anything about biology, and the the Rawa said that he doesn't know. Then the doctor told the Rawa that, oh, you already died quite of your life, because there's a lot of things in the world related to biology and you don't know anything about it. And then the doctors continued to show off himself. So, do you know anything about farming? Okay, about geology, and the Rawa said, no, I don't know anything about geology. Then the doctor said that, oh, you have lost half of your life because you don't even know what is geology. And at that moment, the boat got hit by a storm or something, and then the water start leaking into the boat. And at that moment, the Rawa asked the doctor if you know how to swim, and the doctor said, no, I don't know. Then the Rawa told him that, oh, you're about to lose your life now. Okay, so that's mean, okay, when we know this knowledge, we won't feel lack confident, we won't feel too arrogant, because everyone have their own knowledge. Just like the doctor in this story, there's nothing for him to feel arrogant about, because if he doesn't even know how to swim, and that means he lost his life. So we only know what we know. Okay, we only know what we know. Okay. So if you can write that down, it would be great. We only know what we know. We only know what we know. Okay. So we only know what we know, to everyone. We only know what we know. We only know what we know. Okay, so you wrote that down? Okay. Please allow me to clarify the no note here. We're going to open up our knowing. So we have a new lens of life. Okay. So in order for us to know what we know, what is included. So what we know, that include what we believe, what we believe, what we are knowing, questions, and what we desire. So we open up our knowledge. In our knowledge includes what we believe, what we knowing, what we question, what we desire. And when people believe, they be easier to simplify, simply to open up their knowledge. For example, when you choose the class, you didn't know anything, right? So because your connector introduced you, so that's why you joined the courses. But you had a belief, you believe in your connector, so that's why you joined the course. And when you join the course, you start listening to the certain knowledge, and you believe in the knowledge. Okay, and you see that, oh, there's a people in the Zoom is from different countries. There's people with who has high qualification in society. There's a people who doesn't have any qualification at all. So you start believing that you'll be able to learn something in this course. And from that belief will allow you to learn something from the course. Otherwise, you wouldn't continue to join the courses anymore. Okay, so from your belief, you'll be able to open up your knowledge. Okay, and it leads to what you know. And if a person have belief, it will be simpler for them to open up what they know. And after they know, it's be easier for them to understand. It's just like Lily. Okay, after learning a lot of joining lots of courses, then she know a lot of things. Okay, just like so when you believe in your connector, then you join the class, then you join the course, and then after you join the course, you get to know, and then the more you listen to the course, the more you understand. Okay, and now when you understand, you will continue to open up your understanding, and if you have questions, then you will be able to comprehend. So when you comprehend, you will transform. Okay. Tancheng says now she knows that belief is listening. Yeah. And when you listened, you know, and all of that knowings combining, then you will understand. And all of that understanding, then you start questioning, then you'll be able to comprehend. And whatever you comprehend, you will transform toward that direction. Okay, let me slow down. What we know can be opened up. That includes what we believe, what we knowing, what we questions, what we design. And when we believe, it's simpler for us to open up what we know. When we know all of our knowings, we understand our understanding. When we understand, we start having questions, then we comprehend. And when we comprehend, that will lead to our transformation. When we're comprehending, it will lead to our transformation. In the past, our ancestor, the people who has knowledge and a lot of wisdom, our ancestor easier to believe the author who written the book, and they simpler to remember everything in the book because they believe that that book is good, that book is the great things, the great information. So our ancestors, they have a lot of knowledge about humanity. That is when they talk to each other, they will talk more about humanity and what evolved in this world. So they often said our people, they really know a lot of things in life. But nowadays, okay, the science has developed so much, and when we talk to each other, we often talk about scientific perspective rather than talking to each other about humanity view, and that's why humanity has less talking about them. But the problems in humanity is always there. So when people sitting down to each other, they often share their struggles, their problems. Okay, they're talking about problems in the human life, humanity all the time, but no one has given us a guidance for humanity anymore. And eventually, okay, people often focus on removing the darkness instead of bringing in life. Okay, Han said that her granddad has a killed story, and he remember every single page because they believe in it. That's why it's easy for them to remember the whole book. So our ancestors, they believe in the authors who written the books. That's why whenever they get their hand on the book, they can remember everything in that book. Okay, so we get back to this diagram. When we believe, then it helps us to know. Only when we know, then it helps us to understand. Okay, so when we sharing our knowledge to others, when we talk to other people, we go into want to get to what they believe, to talk to let them know. Okay, so if a person doesn't believe in the afterlife, and we continue talking to them that they need to accumulate blessing in order to live better after life. So if a person who don't understand about feng shui, and we keep telling them that they need to wear the stone, it will help them to get rich, then they won't accept what we tell them. So we have to know what other people believe in order to talk to them so they know. And we need to know what they know in order to talk to them so they can understand. Okay. For example, there's a people in this Zoom. When you join the Zoom, you don't know what other people are talking about, right? But just be diligent, okay, and you will know eventually. So, get what? So, asking to know, you need to know what others believe in order to talk to them so they know. Okay. So speaks based on what the listeners believe, they will become, they will know. Speaks based on what the listeners know, okay, so they will understand. Okay, speaks based on their questions, they will gain, they will comprehend, they will gain clarity. Okay, so we help. If people have questions, we give them the answer for the questions, and speaks based on their desires, and they will experience transformation. Speaks based on their desires, they will experience transformation. Okay, we are not not asking anything here. Why I'm sharing the knowledge, please listen, because if you thinking a lot in your head, you want to know what I'm talking here. So we speak based on what the listener believe. We speak based on so in order for people to know, speaks based on what the listener know, so that they will understand. Speak based on their questions, so they will comprehend. Speak based on their desire, they will experience transformation. When we talk to other people, when we speak to other people, we speak based on what they believe, and then they will know. Speaks based on what others know, they will understand. Speak based on their questions, they will gain clarity, they will comprehend. Speaks based on their desire, they will transform. So this is a secret. When you speak to other people, and we know what they believe, what they knowing, what their questions, what their desires. When we speak to other people, okay, and we know all of that, we will be called a person who is erudite, okay, erudite. When we know what they believe, what are their beliefs, what they knowing, what is their questions, and what they desire, then that communication is called erudite. Okay. Erudition. Okay. So when you talk to someone, you speak to someone, and they know what you believe, and they speak to you, okay, for you to know. They know what you know and speak to you so you understand, and they know what your questions is, and they speak to you, then you comprehend. When they know what you desire and speak to you, and you will experience transformation. Then this means that they are an erudite person. Okay, so they know your belief, knowing, question, desire, so they can speak to you, so you know, you understand, you comprehend, and you transform. Okay. So all of us here, we want to become an erudite person, right? Erudite person who has wise, who communicates wisely, right? We always want to become an erudite person so we can communicate wisely. That means when we speak based on other beliefs, they will understand, they will know. We speak based on other knowing, they will understand. We speak based on the questions, they will comprehend. We speak based on their desires, they will transform, they will experience transformation. So we need to know what they believe in order to speak to them, so they know. We need to know what they know to speak to them, and they understand based on their question. We speak for them to comprehend. Based on their desire, we speak for them to transform. Okay, so that means that we can only share with others our knowing, our knowledge. We can only use what we know to speak to other people. So we can only use what we know to speak to other people. Okay, we only can use what we know to speak to other people, and we use what we know to speak to other people, then they will understand. But when we do that, people want to understand, because when we speak, we can only use what we know. This is what we know, that we know to speak to other people. But what happened here when we use what we know to speak to other people, is may touch other people knowing. Okay, so sometimes, okay, if we use what we know to speak to other, and if it touch other people's knowledge, then they get bored. Okay, and they get bored. So if what we know, that we know, and we speak to others, and it touch the layer of what they know, they forget. Okay, why they forget? Because they know, but they don't use it anymore. So we know about it, so we keep telling other people that, then they found that it's not important, so they don't want to listen anymore. Okay, so okay, we agree with each other on this, right? So we, from our what we know, that we know, we speak to other, it's my falling into what other people don't know. So if we speak to other about what they don't know, they know that they don't know, then they want to listen to it, because it's not useful in their life. For example, I don't know how to fly and plant, but if I met someone and they told me how to start up the plane, how to turn left, how to turn right, the more they speak, the more I don't want to listen, because it doesn't relate to me, and to me it doesn't relate to my life. I don't want to become a pilot. So that is what I know, but I don't have the need to know. Okay, and when we may, what if we know what we share with them, what we know, that we know is my falling into the part that they don't know, that they don't know, then they will be freeze. They completely lost. They completely lost. Okay, so when we want to speak to others, we can only speak from what we know. We can only speak from what we know. But when we speak to other people from what we know, then they won't understand. Only when we talk from what they know, we speak from what they know, then they will understand. Okay, so we can only speak to other people from what we know. We can only speak to other people from what we know. Okay, but if we speak to other people from what we know, then they don't understand. Okay, instead of speaking from our own knowledge, we should start from what the listener know. Okay, I'm going to slow down here. Okay, don't thinking too much. Okay, this is the knowledge we need to be. Now we follow the principle, because we didn't follow that principle before. Okay, so we only can speak from what we know, but if we only share what we know, the listener may not understand. Okay, they might not feel it necessary, they may not be interested. Okay, and they may be completely lost from our speaking. So how can we speak according to the principle of circle of knowledge? We can only use our knowledge to speak to others, but if we do that, then others won't understand. So we can only speak based on what they know, then they will understand. So, okay, we can only speak from what we know. Is that right? Okay. If we don't know about it, we can't really say anything, right? Okay. So, slow down here. We can only speak from what we know. Okay. Don't need to give any example here. Okay. Stop thinking and listen to me. We can only speak to other people from what we know. Okay, like me, I can't tell you what I don't know, right? I can only know, I tell you, I can only share with you what I know. Okay, so stop here, don't think anymore. Okay, but what we know, okay, if we speak to others, it might falling into the area where they forget or they don't know. Okay, then if it's falling into what they don't know, it's not that important to them. They don't need to hear it. And if what we speak to other people, when we speak to other people and it's falling into the area where they don't know that they don't know, then they completely lost. They be phrased completely lost from our conversation. Okay, that's right. Yeah. So we can summarize here that we can only speak to others from what we know. Okay, that's right? But if we talk to others from what we know, then they won't understand. Is that okay? So, what should we do now? We should speak from their existing knowledge. They will understand. Okay? We should speak from their existing knowledge. They will understand. Okay? Alright, just slow down. Because we can only speak from their existing knowledge, so they will understand. Agreed? Okay? We speak from the existing knowledge. We speak from what they know, that they know, the existing knowledge, then they will understand. Okay? We got it, right? So, how can we know what other people know? Okay, so that is the main point here. How can we know what other people know? This knowledge that I had heard teacher told me. So the situations when a teacher about 20 years old, he went to visit the monk in the pagoda, in the temple, and he saw the monk reading the book. So our teacher was young back then. Then he often do the techniques of fast reading and the monk test our teacher's memory skill. But then the monk told our teacher that, I've after reading the book, I've forget everything. I forget everything. Then our teacher get very surprised. Our teacher very surprised because most people, they want to remember what they read, but the monk want to forget everything. Okay, so the monk told him that because there's many people come into this temple and they want to find an answer for their life. If I read the book and remember everything, then when I meet people, I will tell them what I know. But in reality, when the people come into this temple, there's people from different sources of life. Okay, some people, they have high knowledge, high education. Some people, they're illiterate, have no education at all. And if the people John, we need to know what they know in order to start from what they know, instead of speaking from what I know. So if we reflect this back into our life, especially teachers in this Zoom, you will see it for yourself. Okay, so the teachers often look at the children and told them that they are stupid, they are so dumb, they couldn't understand what the teacher told them. So the teachers has graduated school and then graduate from university and learn a lot, then went back and speak to a little kids and they don't understand. Then they call them dumb. But what the teachers should do is that the teachers should base on the children's knowledge in order to speak to them. Then they will be able to learn, be able to answer. For example, if a student doesn't know how to do the multiplication 15 by 5, okay, and that teacher's shouting at the student, okay, then instead of doing that, the teacher should tell the student, realize that the student doesn't know the timetable. So the teacher should check on the student. If the student has memorized the timetable, hello, Chan Chan. Okay, so if the children know about timetable already, then the teacher start sharing, start asking the student to do the multiplication 15 by 5, rather than telling the student that they are dumb, they don't know anything. Okay, so instead of doing that, just giving the student more of the knowledge that from based on what they already know. Similarly, in learning English, so the teacher gave the student, tell student to write an essay, and when the student couldn't be able to write an essay, the teacher punish the children and tell them that they are so dumb. So instead of doing that, then the teacher should realize that it's because the student doesn't have knowledge in, doesn't have vocabulary in their head, doesn't know how to do about grammar, okay, doesn't know what to write. Okay, so the teacher should ask the student if they know about past tense, present tense, future tense. Okay, then the student may tell the teacher that she doesn't understand anything in English. Then the teacher should start talking, teaching them again all of those knowledge. I remember back in the day when I was in 6th grade, I couldn't follow up with the teachers. They are so fast, and I couldn't understand why in English the plural noun we have to add a s at the end, and then some of those unregular nouns, I don't allow, not allowed to add s in it. Okay, I couldn't understand that. So after the teacher know that I didn't know about grammar, the plural adds s at the end, that is noun, and with the word that adds s at the end in the third form is verb. Okay, then the teacher realized that I didn't know about grammar, and they start teaching me about grammar. Okay, and then I realized, oh, what is noun, what's a verb. I can differentiate between noun and verb, and then I can add s in the front, at the end of noun, or at the end of verb, depend on the tense. Okay, so I was very appreciate the teachers who pointed out that who taught me that. But most of the teachers, they thought that I was so dumb and didn't want to teach me anymore. But that special teacher, she was awesome. She leading me she asked me questions and leading me, guiding me from my knowledge. Okay, and from then I be able to learn very fast. Okay, it's not only applied in education but also applied in different fields. Okay, and Ngọc Anh said that her children is also got problem in learning English. So let's get back to this diagram, because if the teacher talk about what the student doesn't know, then they couldn't understand. So when we speak to others and we know other people believe, then other people knowing, other people questions, other people desire, then we can speak to other people to let them know, let them understand, let them comprehend, and let them transform. So that means we need to speak from their knowledge they will understand. Okay, so that is an example. Okay, let's get back to this diagram. How can we know what they know? Okay. How can we discover what they know? If we want to know, we have to ask, right? We have to ask. ask. We have to ask. So this asking, when we ask, we need to be inquisitive and humility. Is anyone here willing to help me on this? Please raise your hand. Okay, yes, Phan Xuân Hỷ. Let me turn on the mic for you. Yeah. So, hey, do you know what is health? Okay. Do you know what is health? Can he answer? Yes, he knows a little bit about health. Okay. But do you think that the way that I ask is the way that I ask him is not very polite, but he still answer it. Okay. But I ask him, if I ask him nicely, I ask him, okay, what do you know about health? And he answers that he's found that his health is very important, and he he feels that he's very healthy. He's found that he's every day he healthier than the previous day. Okay, so whenever you went to visit a doctor and the doctor give you some conclusion about your health, he answered us because his wife is a doctor, so she told him off every day because he used to drink wine, drink beer. He's often talked behind her back and squared her, but now he transformed and he didn't do any of those anymore. Okay, so now everyone, you understand why he is healthy, because he got a doctor at home to take care of him, who is his wife. Okay, so let me ask you, what is health? So he answered that, oh, that's a good question. Many people, they will answer it differently. Different people will answer it differently. He said that if the air flow in the body, then that person will be healthy. Okay, and he is practicing to air flowing in his body right now, and he feels that he's very healthy. Okay, so you have just said that. Okay, the air flow. Okay, air flow and good mental health. We know that health. We know that health that include he has shared us his knowledge about health. As a person need to have a good mental health. Okay, and physical health. Okay. So if the person have airflow in his body, and that person have a do exercise, but that person doesn't connect to other people in society, is that okay? And he answers that when he do exercise, he join into a group, a community of the people who do the same exercise with him. So he be able to build up the community, help the community, and eventually now he got the good result in